Hi, Toby. There are three things that I'd like to speak about or talk about with your specific kicking action. One is ball drop, one is balance, and another one is the momentum. So let's start with the momentum. I like the amount of momentum that you generate in your run-up and approach to the kick. And then you continue most of this momentum through the kick towards the intended target. What you will notice, and this, the balance and the ball drop and the momentum, they're all combined and linked in some sort of manner. And what you find with the momentum is when you've kicked the ball, then you land back down in your kicking leg, you see that with your plant leg, so that's your left leg, as your kicking leg lands back down, your plant leg kicks out to the side. And what's happening there is a little bit of that momentum goes with that plant leg out to the side. So what you're actually doing is you're losing some of the momentum that you could have transferred into the kick. So when you start practicing with the momentum and a little bit with the ball drop that I'll speak about shortly, what I'd like you to practice to do is to see if you can continue the momentum, all of the momentum, through the kick and towards the intended target. What you'll start to find then is you'll start to be able to maximise the amount of distance and depth that you can get out of your kick, and you'll also start to maximise the amount of power that you can generate from your kick as well. Now with the ball drop, the main aspect with your ball drop is the position where you're dropping the ball. So first of all, with your guiding hand, so your guiding hand is your right hand, you're releasing the ball just about the level of your hips, which is really good. What I'd like you to notice is how far outside of your body you're releasing the ball. So when you're looking at the left image, you can see how far left of your body that you're releasing the ball. And then that's really important, and this is specifically linked with the balance. Because as you drop that outside left of your body, what I'd like you to notice is if you freeze the video right at the point of impact and have a look at the left-hand image, you'll see just how far outside your ankle is making contact with the football from beneath your right hip. So you can see that angle. If you draw an imaginary line from your right ankle to your right hip, you can see that leg line and just how far outside that is from underneath your right hip. Also, while you've got that video frozen at the point of impact, you can draw an imaginary line along what we call the ball line. So if you draw an imaginary line from the tip of the ball to the bottom of the ball following the stitching, you'll see that the ball line is almost at 12 o'clock, or pretty much at 12 o'clock, and the leg line is at maybe 1 o'clock. Now, a player who wants to kick consistently accurately needs to have the ball line and the leg line overlapping. So your two lines make, a V, if you like. As soon as they're overlapping, it's just one straight line. And that's going to help, that helps a player who is looking for the consistency in the accuracy of their kicks. So with that ball drop, how you're dropping it just outside your body, what's happening here as well is that what happens is your leg just chases the football. So you can drop the football anywhere and your leg will chase the football to make contact. As your leg chases this football, it starts to make an arc. So it swings on like a semicircle motion. Once it's made contact with the football, your kicking leg continues that motion and it crosses over your body. And then this is a part that starts to stop the momentum that I spoke about earlier. So again, what I'd like you to practice is being able to just guide and drop that ball, release the ball over the thigh of your kicking leg, which will allow you to bring your kicking leg through in more of a straight motion. And the final thing is the balance. As I mentioned, these are all interlinked. So with the balance in this particular kick, you actually lose a little bit of balance just after the point of impact, but you quickly regain it when you land back down on your kicking leg and then continue running through the kick. The main part of the kicking action that will provide you with the most amount of balance is what your balance arm is doing. So for you, your balance arm is your left arm. Now, ideally, when the balance arm comes off the football, it should raise high above your head, then it pushes back, goes down and comes through. And it should end up down your left-hand side about the level of your hips. That up, back, down and through motion is what we call the reverse C, because it looks like a reverse letter C. You notice that in this particular kick in action here, your balance arm crosses over the midline of your body and it goes all the way over to the right-hand side. That is actually keeping you balanced in this particular kick. It's crossing over to the right-hand side because it's actually counterbalancing when your kicking leg swings to the opposite direction to the left-hand side. So it is actually keeping you balanced in this kick. But in order for you to practice that reverse C, what you first need to do is be able to practice the kick where you can run in more of a straight line to allow you to bring your kicking leg through in more of a straight line. So therefore, your balance arm will not need to cross over the midline of your body, but you can start practicing that reverse C and keeping the balance arm down your left-hand side. And again, balance is very critical because for a player who wants to kick accurately, but probably more importantly, consistently accurately, they need to be balanced throughout their entire kicking action.